Ang susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
Halika na, tayo na, sama-samang saya. Sama ang paborito mong tropa.
Let's go, have fun, gamitin ng kaalaman. Lagi kang may bagong matututunan.
Ingay, let's learn, let's play. Ingay, be the best every day. Monday, Sunday.
Halika na, tayo na, masayang pagkikita.
Isama ang paborito mong tropa.
Let's go! Be the best! Pangarap ay tuparin.
Magandang kinabukasan ay asamin.
Ingay, let's learn, let's play. Ingay, be the best every day. Monday, Sunday.
Katiba't ilabas, biyayang galing sa taas.
I-share mo ang kakaya ng matuto. Let's all have fun!
Ingay, let's learn, let's play. Ingay, be the best every day. Monday, Sunday.
Monday, gumalaw go!
Tuesday, salo-salo.
Wednesday, makulay to!
Thursday, game na tayo.
Friday, ikwento mo!
Sabado, talento.
Tuwing
Linggo, kompleto.
Sama-sama everyday!
Ingay, let's learn, let's play. Ingay, be the best every day. Monday, Sunday. Ingay, let's learn, let's play. Ingay, be the best every day. Monday, Sunday.
Mating bagong barkada, be the best every day!
What's up guys? It's your boy Louie. So today is the day to stimulate our mind with full of excitement and learning together with Team Yay! That's right! More exciting facts and trivias are waiting for you. Are you ready?
Did you know how trial and error become one of the easiest and applicable process in problem solving?
Do not be afraid in dealing problem solving, but first, where, how, and when does the trial and error will come from?
According to W.H. Thorpe, the term was devised by C. Lloyd Morgan after trying out similar phrases such as trial and failure and trial and practice. Under Morgan's canon, animal behavior should be explained in the simplest possible way. Where behavior seems to imply higher mental processes, it might be explained by trial and error learning. Edward Lee Thorndike was the initiator of the theory of trial and error learning. Based on the findings, he showed how to manage a trial and error experiment in the laboratory.
That's right! Trial and error is also a heuristic method of problem solving, preparing, tuning, or obtaining knowledge. In the field of computer science, the method is called generate and test with force. In elementary algebra, when solving equations, it is guess and check. Trial and error also refers to the process of verifying that a certain choice is right or wrong. We simply substitute that choice into the problem and check. Some questions can only be solved by trial and error. For others, we must first decide if there is not a faster way to arrive at the answer. In the example to follow, we test all choices for your benefit. Once you have the right answer, there is no need to check the rest of the choices.
Now, you know how those trial and error or guess and check generate the philosophy of mathematics. I think you are ready now and knowledgeable enough for some example. Our first example is about trial and error with regards to measurement.
That's right. Some measurements are truly challenging, right? But with me, together with Team A, those challenges turns to the easiest. So what are you waiting for? Let's learn with Gino, and don't forget to jot down some important notes.
Hello guys, welcome to Team A. For this day, I prepared one question to prove that trial and error is applicable to any measurements like this. Okay, our problem is, if Marcus takes a ribbon that is 48 inches long and cuts it into two pieces, one piece is 3 times as long as the other. How long is each piece?
Step 1. Understand the problem. We need to find two numbers that add up to 48. One number is 3 times the other number. Step 2. Devise a plan. We guess two random numbers, one 3 times bigger than the other, and find the sum. If the sum is too small, we guess larger numbers, and if the sum is too large, we guess smaller numbers. Then, we see if any patterns develop from our guesses. Step 3. Carry out the plan. Our guess number 1 is 5 and 15. 5 plus 15 equals 20. Guess number 2 is 6 and 18. 6 plus 18 is 24. Our second guess gives us a sum of 24 that is half of 48. What if we double that guess? 12 plus 36 is equal to 48. There's our answer. The pieces are 12 and 36 inches long. Step number 4. Look back. We need to check our answers. 12 plus 36 is equal to 48. And 36 divided by 3 is 12. So that the pieces add up to 48 and one piece is 3 times the other.
Yeah, I know that Gino gives his best to explain the problem, right, Ivy?
Excellent. Age is a time of life when person does something or becomes legally able to do something. Did you know that trial and error or guess and check are very useful in solving age problems?
Let's talk about the age problem. Please watch and listen attentively.
Hello guys, how are you? Can you please prepare any kind of paper and join me in answering this age problem? The problem is, if Blaine is 4 years older than Kenneth, who is 2 years older than Bea, together their age add to 20, find the age of each person.
First, to organize the problem, we need to start from the youngest to the eldest. We see that the youngest is Blaine, second is Kenneth, and the eldest is Bea. Now, let's guess what is the age of Blaine. Let's assume that he is 6 years old, and Kenneth is 8 years old, which is 2 years old older than Blaine, and Bea is 12 years old, which is 4 years old older than Kenneth. Together, we need to sum all of their ages. And if you got 20 years old, so your answer is correct. And if it's not, your answer might be wrong, so you need to go back to the first step until you get the correct answer.
Nice one! You solved the problem very well. Before we go to the next application of trial and error, we need to know some techniques and tips to consider in trial and error for some complex problem. Jem and Ronan, can you share some tips and techniques about trial and error?
Sure. According to George Polya, a great discovery solved a great problem, but there is a grain of discovery in the solution of any problem. Your problem may be modest, but if it challenges your curiosity and brings you into play your inventive faculties, and if you solve it by your own means, you may experience the tension and enjoy the triumph of discovery. Polya's 4 steps are deceptively simple. To become a good problem solver, it helps to examine each of these steps and determine what is involved. Tip number 1. Understand the problem. You must have a clear understanding of the problem, like restating the problem, determining the kind of the problem, and the goal of the problem.
Tip number 2. Devise a plan. Successful problem solvers use a variety of techniques when they attempt to solve the problem, like listing the given, the unknown, drawing a diagram, and listing all the possible mathematical operations needed.
Tip number 3. Carry out the plan. Work carefully, keep an accurate and neat record of all your attempts, and realize some initial plans will not work and devise another plan or modify it.
Tip number 4. Review the solution. Ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem and make sure that you follow all the instructions given.
Thank you for listening. Now you are ready enough in solving complex problems. Are you ready?
I am very sure that you are ready. Please watch this.
Hey, TA, giving a problem, for example, 7 ex-schoolmates at a gathering. Each of one of them shook hands with all others once. How many handshakes were there?
Step 1. Read, understand, and analyze the problem. We need to know the number of persons having their handshakes by putting letter A, B, C, and so on. Step 2. Devise a plan. Draw a table according to the number of people going to shake their hands, like this. Step 3. To solve the problem, put a dot in every handshakes of 2 persons. The final step, check to solve the problem. Count the dots and that's your final answer.
Hopefully you absorb that knowledge. The next problem is about common problems when it comes to classroom attendance.
It is very evident in school scenario, right? So let's watch this.
A pleasant day to you, Team A. The last problem that we need to solve in trial and error is about class attendance. The problem that we need to solve is the total number of boys and girls of Ines de la Torres class. If there are 24 students and there are 6 more girls than boys.
Step 1. Analyze the problem. We know the class total is 24 and we're asked to find more than one value, the number of boys and the number of girls. We can solve this using the guess and check method. Step 2. Devise a plan. To organize the question, we can form a table with boys, girls, and the total. Because we know there are 6 more girls than boys, we can guess a number for the boys and then calculate the girls and the total from here. Step 3. Solving. With an initial guess of 12 boys, we see that there would be 18 girls, giving a total class size of 30. The total, however, should be only 24, which means our guess was too high. Knowing this, the number of boys is revised and the total calculated. Lowering the number of boys to 10 would mean there are 16 girls, which give a class total of 26. This is still just a little bit too high. So, we can once again revise the guess to 9 boys. If there are 9 boys, that would mean there are 15 girls, which gives a class total of 24. Step 4. Checking. If we can check this solution, 9 plus 15 is equals to 24. Therefore, the solution is 9 boys and 15 girls.
I knew that you have a deep understanding in trial and error or guess and check.
He's right. No matter what the problem becomes harder, there are many ways to solve for it. And remember that trial and error is a way to solve things by making our best try, seeing the result, and how much it is an error. Then, making a better try until we get the desired result.
Once again, we are the Team Yay! Have a nice day! See you again, only here in